All right, so today we're going to spend a lot of time doing what we did yesterday, right? We talked a lot about shaping, talked a lot about chaining, okay? And we saw a little bit of that early on today, Ethan, with you, right? Putting my hand over your shoulder, making sure that you're not popping up and you're getting out vertical without touching my hand. That's a version of shaping, okay? Making sure that the movement that we want to see is shaped into what we need it to be for you to be functional on the field, all right? Did a little bit of that with Lucas years ago. Lucas, unfortunately, I had to use a big stick with, okay? You just got my hand. But those are types of techniques that we can do in our sessions to make sure that we're shaping your movements the way they need to be. What we're gonna do next, all right? We're now gonna take our first set the way we just did it, but now we're gonna take one more step as I come across the line. Now, as I come across the line, you're gonna take your outside hands and you're gonna give me a pop. That's it, okay? Again, what we wanna see is when we take that next step after our first set out of our stance, we're not kind of over leaning and over setting. And when we throw that first strike, we wanna make sure we're nice and balanced and that our weight is down the center. Ready, set, go. Good. See that little pause there? All right, I wanna hold that. I wanna make sure we do that every single rep. Ready, set, go. That lean, give me one more. All that was is because on the strike, you came up a little bit. You got into your toes and you couldn't find to settle back down. We want to stay low all the way through so that we have our weight grounded. Here we go. Ready, set, go. Much better.
You see how you kept like the strike in your range instead of overreaching? Yeah. You want to be in range, so you want a little stop and then
That's right. Ready, set, go. There you go. Good. Pop it though, pop it. I gave you a bad look. Ready, set, go. There you go. Good. Ready, set, go. Good. See that though? That's that. I'm gonna nitpick on you on that. Get on the Jordan logo. Ready, set, go.
Think about on that pad. You know how like you can hold on to this on your own pads? Yeah. That's where you're aiming for somebody else's pad.
Hey, when you hit now, okay, hold that for a second. I'm gonna walk away from you, but hold that move, hold that pose. All right, here we go. Ready, set, go. Hold. Look at this. Come here. Look at this elbow. Look at this hand right here, ready to go. Look at this. It's right already. All right. I want to get the camera in close on this. This hand is already hip level. It's gonna strike straight at this hip when we go high hand, low hand, okay? But notice this is just an outside hand drill, and yet in his final pose, he's got the inside hand ready, because as we shape this into the next stage, we're gonna throw that hand, okay? All right, go again. Ready, set, go. Good, you're in. Ready, set, go. All right, hold up. So out of here, this is what we just did. Watch me, okay? Over here, we're anticipating the strike. We're anticipating me coming across the line. So what do? We're here and we do this. We don't set, all right? I wanna see the explosiveness out of the set. I would rather see you explode out of the set and fuck up the hand strike than you shuffle out of your set and get a good strike. You understand?
Yeah.
If the first part is fucked up, the rest of it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's the mentality I'd like us to have,
yeah.
Right? Making sure that we're stacking good foundational pieces on top of other foundational pieces. That make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. You pull that first foundation out, just like y'all play Jenga. You pull the bottom out, whole thing goes down.
Yeah.
Don't pull the bottom out. Here we go. Ready, set, go. A little bit better, get bigger. Look, remember that first drill was get past the cone. Get past the cone. Here we go. Ready, set, go. That's it. That's it.
You see how once you get to your spot, everything slows down. All you have to do is one thing? Yeah. That's why it's position, posture, punch. You want your position first, good posture. And
I love that. I love that. Position, posture, punch. Okay? I take it that's a Kochek thing?
I heard that in college, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. 3 Ps, pass, front.
Here we go. Ready, set, go. Good. Last one, ready, set, go. Good. So, you know, for us, when we talk about keying with our eyes, right? I want you guys looking inside to out your pass rusher. Well, guess what? As a pass rusher, we do the same thing. Not we, as in like I'm the pass rusher, but when I'm demoing as a pass rusher, or when I coach pass rushers, we tell them the same thing. Key outside to in on the tackle. So what I'm looking at is that outside hand, right? As a pass rusher, I want to know what you're doing with that outside hand. If I see it below your hip in your set, okay, or down here somewhere, I now know that I can get my hand on top of yours and I can either do a wrist grab, I can chop your hand down, whatever the case is. I know I have an advantage if I'm savvy with my hand fight, right? And the reverse is the case as well for you guys. As you're looking at the pass rusher, if my hands are down here and you see that inside hand coming down to up, you have the advantage. That is why it's crucial for you guys in your sets to have high hands. And I want to be very clear about that because we were just talking about this with you, right? I don't want high hands up here, right? I want a high hand on the outside and a hand right above the hip bone on you, on the inside hand. Why? Because that's where you're striking on your opponent with that inside hand. A low inside hand on their hip or just above it in their ab, you know, that ab region. So it's important that we pay attention to those little details. Hip placement, hip height, hand height, eyes, all of those little things that we talk about, they matter the better your competition gets, right? You're an NFL player, playing for the Kansas City Chiefs. You are going into basically what really is your senior season, last playing high school, but you're playing at a competitive school at Taft, right, in Connecticut. And so these are the things I just want you guys to think about, because you ask a good question. My inside hand is always up here. Well, that's something you need to think about. You need to focus and consciously say, I need it on my hip. I gotta shoot from the hip, shoot from the hip. All right, so now we're gonna add that next level, right? We're gonna continue to shape this drill into a final product. And what we talk about with hand placement, we talk about outside hand, inside hand. And we talk about high hand, low hand. And in this drill, in your work with me, we don't do both at the same time, right? We have independent hands. I love it when you guys throw outside hand first, followed by inside hand, almost simultaneously, but not at the same time, right? And what we've always talked about from day one with us into our time together, Ethan, you and I, has been that sound, ba-ba. That's what I want to hear, ba-ba. If I hear one sound, that means we threw hands at the same time, no good, okay? As the rusher in this drill, the guy taking the physical abuse, okay, I can feel when it's two hands or one or both hands coming at the same time. But you guys need to hear it. Okay, so we're gonna really put an emphasis on that as we go through this drill. Now, we're gonna walk through it real quick. So you're in your set, your stance. You take your first set as I come across the line. Then we come, I'm in your strike zone, strike outside hand high, inside hand low. And then as I move with you, keep it coming. Notice that the two hands came at different times. Yeah. Okay, so again, ba-ba. We are auditory learners. For the most part, as human beings, we understand sounds, right? I know you guys hear the kids playing on the field over there. I know you hear some of the cross shots bouncing off the goal over there. We hear it and we choose what to pay attention to. What I need you guys to pay attention to is those two sounds. All right, ready, set, go. Good, I love it. One more. Ready, set, go. Good, excellent. Hop in. Good. Eyes right here, right away, right away. Ready, set, go. Good. Get a bigger set. Jump out of that, jump out of that. Ready, set, go. There you go.
Just make sure you don't all the way plant your feet. Yeah. So you can keep coming.
Ready, set, go. Good. Ready, set, go. Good. Ready, set, go. See that? You thumb move. Okay? That's because it's got a little high right in here. All right? Everything else pretty good. Go. Two hands at the same time there. Okay? Give me one more. Remember the purpose. Stun, right? That hand's supposed to freeze me a little bit. Second hand's supposed to drive me down. Yeah. All right? Ready, set, go. Okay. Stop, 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 stop. Go back, put that foot back right there. Look at you. You're gonna side lunge, okay? Now, part of that truthfully, is drill understanding, right? For the most part in the drill, I'm giving you a stop on contact. On that rep, I continued up the field a little bit and you stopped and leaned with me, okay? What I need you to start doing, okay, and this is just a blanket statement, is making sure that you're prepared for me to actually go get the quarterback. And if I stop early, that's what you react to, not the other way around. Don't react to me continuing and assume I'm going to stop early. React to me stopping early because you assume I'm going all the way to the quarterback. Make sense? Can you give me one more?
Remember,
we'll switch it out.
Get to your spot on your set, and then the rest comes after.
Ready, set, go. Come back, come back, come back. Why did I make you go back?
Paused maybe.
Yeah, stuttered, right? Jump right out. Jump right out. Don't worry about me coming across the line, because what I do don't mean shit if you don't get over, right? Ready, set, go. Hey.
You see how you have time to do all of that, get your feet set, everything? You have time to get your spot. Yeah. That's why I used to look at the ball in college, because as long as I got to my spot, I had time to figure out what he could do.
You understand? I mean, that was a picture perfect rep.
Yes.
Lock that into your bend, okay? And you hear what Luke was saying about time? Don't rush. Get to your spot, and now you can see it all, right? Versus reacting to what's going on.